great. So good morning. Hey, how you doing today?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. I'm doing great. And so how did we meet today? How did we come across each other?
At the wash house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I approached you, and what did I approach you about?
Interview for YouTube.
Uh-huh. And what's the interview going to be about?
Feet and mental health.
Uh-huh. And one more.
And reflexology.
There it is. Perfect. And so in terms of mental health, like, are there any topics that you research, you study, that you follow, anything like that?
Well, yeah, I did my master's in clinical psychology.
Okay.
And I'm a licensed clinical therapist. So I know a little bit about mental health. And
Okay.
the main thing is there's a lot of social anxiety that I'm seeing an increase in because of quarantine.
Yeah.
And then going back out into the public and interacting. So I'm noticing a lot of people are having anxiety about it.
Absolutely.
And then with anxiety, sometimes always comes depression. So
Yeah.
feeling sad or upset, and sometimes feeling angry about these thoughts and these, you know.
Absolutely, because you don't know what to do with that, right?
Exactly.
So, and it's interesting that you bring up anxiety and depression, because the topic of the mental health we're going to discuss today centers around that. So that'll be pretty cool to get your outlook and how you feel about that.
Okay,
in terms of reflexology, have you ever heard of it? Do you know anything about it?
A little bit. I've heard a little bit about it, but I'm not too versed in that subject. So.
Okay, so that's cool, because I'll be able to give you some information today, and hopefully you can take it and use that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's jump into these questions. Okay.
All right.
First off, what's something that you like that other people might find to be weird? And I'm using the word weird for a reason. It doesn't have to be weird to you, but other people might look at it that way.
Okay, I watch carpet cleaning videos.
Carpet cleaning. Okay.
Shampoo. Like, you know, when they clean the rugs and the dirt is getting sucked out. Yeah, so that's my thing.
Okay, that's interesting to you.
That's
Okay, cool. Has anyone ever made you feel insecure about your body or a body part in general?
Well, of course, you know, we all go through that phase when we get teased. So, of course, being thin, I got teased a lot for being thin.
Okay. Is that something that you feel like now you're able to deal with it better, or are you still dealing with it every day?
I'm actually dealing with it better. I've learned to, you know, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. If it don't apply, let it fly. Like that's great. That's great.
So it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Much.
Okay. If there was one thing you could change about yourself, right, and it doesn't have to be physical, what would it be? Patience.
And that's weird to say because I'm a therapist, so I have patience while I'm working and with my clients. But outside of that, I don't have patience. So
okay.
I'll say that.
Okay. Cool. Okay. How do you feel about your feet? What are your thoughts?
You know, I'm not a feet person.
So you're indifferent towards it. You don't really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I get my feet done. I make sure my feet are lotion, but.
But I'm saying, so do you like them or you don't like them? You're indifferent? You don't really care?
Like, I don't, you know, I appreciate them.
Yeah.
You know, God, don't take
there you go.
But, you know, they're like,
Yeah. I feel you. Okay. Have you ever received any compliments on your feet? Anybody ever say, you have nice feet?
A few times, but it's kind of weird to me.
Okay. Was it men or women?
Men.
Okay.
Men, more
and so
men.
you're saying when you get a compliment from a man about that, it makes you feel weird?
You know what? It used to.
Okay.
It used to make me feel weird.
Okay. And I understand, because it's something that's not common in terms of compliments, right? You usually compliment like hair, eyes, stuff like that.
And I think when someone compliments your feet, for me, I feel like that they've taken the time to really observe you, and I think that's what makes me uncomfortable.
Okay. But here's the thing. Now, here's what I would challenge you on, right? Compliments are designed to make you feel better, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as the context is correct, like if they're not coming at you in like I hear a lot of women say in a creepy way, if it's like, hey, you have nice feet, and they just keep it pushing, would that be okay, or would that still be something?
That would be okay. But I've had encounters where they didn't keep it pushing. So
okay. See, now that's where it gets.
Creep life, and
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of compliments that you receive from men and women, is there a difference in the feeling that you have about that, or is it the same for you?
for me. I think it's just the fact that somebody took the time out of their day to show interest in someone else. And to make them feel good.
And that's the thing. So the reason I asked that question is because I interviewed a woman before, and she said that a lot of times women are taught to be in competition with one another, and they're taught to kind of like hate on each other from a young age. So usually when you receive a compliment from a woman, it seems more sincere, because like most women don't go out of their way to just do that just for any. And men tend to like give compliments because like they're looking for something in return. Do you agree with that, or is that something like you feel like is a case by case basis?
That's a good perspective to think about. I think it's a case by case basis, because I'm thinking more about like for me, when I give a compliment, it's like because I like something. So I like to think that other people think like that, but I know that they don't. So I would say case by case.
Okay. And so this next question, I don't know if you're married or if you're dating somebody right now, but what are your thoughts on if you started dating somebody who's into feet? Like, would you be okay with that, or is that something that you would be like, probably not?
I mean, I feel like it's cool. That's their thing. I mean, as long as it don't harm me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because I have my thing that they may not be.
There you go. And now that you bring that up too, because that's my next question, that kind of segments us into the next question. When is the appropriate time when you're dating someone for you to bring up those things that you're into? Like, when do you feel like that is?
It depends on what it is.
Okay.
And I don't know. See, I'm a little different, and I like people to know what they're getting up front. So, and I think also because I'm a therapist, so I ask a lot of questions. And so I'm very like, let's talk about stuff. Like, nothing should be uncomfortable. So I bring it up early, but I know some people feel
they might not feel comfortable doing it right away.
So it depends on how they feel. But if I have something to say, I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, right away. Okay. How often do you get pedicures?
I try every 2 weeks, but sometimes it goes to 3 weeks.
Okay, cool.
Busy or not.
How often do you wear like open toe shoes, sandals, flip flops, things like that?
Since working from home now.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
But before, it was mostly summertime. But see, I'm a tennis shoe fanatic.
Oh, so you're a sneakerhead?
Yes. So I like sneakers, and I've always been that way. So I just really started like kind of since I'm becoming more of an adult.
Yeah. Kind of getting into like different wear. Okay.
Yeah,
how often do you go barefoot?
I only go barefoot when I'm like trying to meditate and ground myself.
You know about grounding. Perfect.
Yes.
Did you know that grounding is a part of reflexology?
I've heard, and there's also a documentary on grounding and walking on the earth. So I forgot what it's called, but so I'll do that, but I'll do that like at home. I see. In my area. Other than that, I don't.
No, not too much.
Spit, all that, I don't like.
Okay, yeah, I feel you on that. Okay, and so now that we into this segment, can we see what your feet look like up close?
Oh, they ashy.
That's okay. Like we're not here to judge. We're not here to judge. It's okay.
If my feet wasn't ashy, I wouldn't care, bro.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Can I get you to scoot back so I can just get like your feet up?
Oh, don't get my face.
That's okay. I won't.
Oh, they ashy.
It's okay. Cool.
They ashy shit.
No, they look nice.
Thank you.
I can tell you have great symmetry in terms of like your toes. They go in alignment.
Oh, thank you.
So that's not bad. Now, can I get you to put your soles up so we can see the bottoms?
Like the bottom of my feet? Oh, they real ashy.
It's okay. Can you put them both up?
Oh, they ashy, y'all.
She's like, they're ashy. Hopefully, y'all know. So, now, let me get into the mental health aspect. Can you keep them out? Because we're going to go through a couple more exercises. So.
I keep one of them. I'm lazy. Sorry.
It's all good. So, the mental health aspect, right? So, the thing that I got involved in this about was I was watching a guy during quarantine, and he always talked about DBT. Have you ever heard of that? So dialectical behavioral therapy, right? It's for people who suffer from anxiety, depression, people who don't tend to live in the moment. They tend to like overthink things.
A lot of borderline
personality. Yeah, exactly. So basically what they try to teach these people is that when you have a fear of a certain thing, that you should put yourself out there in that situation and do it constantly over and over again, repetitively, right? so that you can get the idea in your head that when you do feel uncomfortable, to do a self-assessment and ask yourself, like, what's the worst that's going to happen in that situation, right? And if there's not a threat to your life or safety, that you should proceed, because you could experience like a good event, you know, good moments, meet good people, right? And so I got the idea from him, and I started doing it because I felt like it was an intriguing topic. A lot of people who suffer from anxiety and depression. So like even with right now, with me and you doing this interview, you're like, my feet are ashy, like I don't know, but you're still comfortable. You still went through the interview. You seem to be comfortable, right? Cool. How are you feeling right now so far? We're doing this interview. What are your thoughts?
I'm feeling comfortable, fine. I think it's a great topic.
Cool. All right. So now let's get into the reflexology. I'm gonna give you some information on that.
Okay.
And so reflexology is a study of the different pressure points we have in our hands and feet.
Okay.
These pressure points correlate back to other parts of our body. And so through massage, acupuncture, things like that, you can alleviate stress and tension to other areas of your body. Now you said you knew about grounding. That's a part of it, because through like meditation and being grounded to the earth, you tend to meditate and can get rid of some of that stress. But this is another way of doing it. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel?
I think this is a great exercise and technique. Might have to steal it from my clients.
So in terms of the reflexology, was that be something that you would try if you went out and you saw a reflexology specialist? Would you try that with them?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so now we enter this segment.
No needles.
Yeah. Well, that's the acupuncture if you were to go somebody like that. Okay, so now that we enter this segment, how ticklish are you?
Very.
Okay. Can we test it out on camera?
Woo! Very ticklish.
Let's test it out on camera.
My feet?
Yeah.
They're very ticklish.
Can we test it out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sure. Can I get you to scoot back a little bit and put your feet up here, and then we'll do a right to left and see what the sensitivity is, okay?
Oh, yeah. If the nail shop people can tell you. They be like, don't kick me.
All right.
Okay.
And so we're going to go, like I said, right to left. Start with this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Try to hold it there for 10 seconds, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
Hold it in there, okay? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Go out there.
It's so intense.
Okay, listen. One's usually more ticklish than the other, so I'm trying to get like you to hold it there for a minute. Okay.
Okay,
wait. You can do this.
I'm
Listen,
sweating.
try to think about it, okay? Okay, hold it. Okay. It's very intense, it seems like. Okay. Now hold your feet there. I'm going to get you to do a couple exercises, and I want you to tell me if you feel any type of pain or discomfort while you're doing it, okay? First, can I get you to bend your toes over and make a fist? Like, yeah, there you go. Do you feel any pain or discomfort while you're doing that? Okay, relax. Okay, let me get you to spread your toes and tell me if there's any pain or discomfort. Anything? Okay, relax. Wiggle your toes for about 10 seconds and tell me if you feel anything. Anything? Good? Okay, cool. All right, so now we're going to wrap up the interview and get to the end of this. Well, what was your thoughts about my approach to you when I came up to you? I asked you about the interview. What was my approach like?
What was your approach?
Yeah, was it good? Was it bad?
It was a good approach.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, cool. In terms of the interview, right, from beginning to end, like, did you see how everything correlated? Did it make sense to you? Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, it did. It actually got me interested in reflexology, so I want to look into that more.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's something everybody should know about.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, like, for people who deal with migraines, there's a portion of your foot you can massage to alleviate some of that tension.
Oh, wow.
So, like, yeah, a lot of people don't even know about it, and they don't ever deal with it. So that's why I kind of came up with the idea to do my channel like this. Cool. And so the last thing I'd like you to do, right? I always ask everybody who does the interview with me, from a mental health aspect, something that advice you can give to my channel, maybe like a life lesson that maybe you've learned, something you'd like to say.
Of course, there's a lot. That's what my brain just
Go.
started
Let's get it.
One, I always say this: if it don't apply, let it fly.
If it don't apply, let it fly. I like that one.
Yeah,
that one's a good one.
And then learning not to take things personal. Because every person who interacts with you, that's a reflection of how they're feeling on the inside. So a lot of times when people are rude or mean or any of that nastiness, it shows a lot about maybe them and what they're going through. So not to take a lot of stuff personal. Also, I think the world would be a better place without money. Also, to focus on what you can control in each situation. A lot of times, anxiety comes from trying to control things that are out of our control.
So true.
So focusing on what you can actually control in a situation will help alleviate a lot of stress and anxiety for people. So ask yourself, what can I control? And sometimes when you can't control things in your situation, you can always control yourself and how you respond to things.
It's so interesting that you say that, because that's something I had to learn later in life. But like, it's something I try to tell other people when I know that they're suffering from it. My girlfriend sometimes deals with it, and I'm like, you can't control how other people feel. You can't control like things that are out of your control. So just control like your demeanor and the way that you go about things. Like if you do that, you'll alleviate a lot of that. So
so you'll live a happier, stress-free
absolutely
life.
I appreciate you so much for saying that. Thank you for doing the interview with me, and we hope you have a great one. Okay.
Thank you.